Up your voice, don't they? You notice? Yeah, I love it. Keeps your vocals all nice and lubricated and shit. What the fuck?
Oh yeah, sex mamas.
Use that and roll the rest of it with some of this stuff. Not to get all crazy.
Trying to stay good enough to do a show. So I'm already. What is that? What are we smoking? This is what's on the menu.
This one is from
Okay. What is it, Mike? Is it is it chill? Is it pretty chill?
Oh, it's headband.
It's headband.
Yeah, we smoke like 10 of these sometimes. For an episode.
Oh, okay. That's what I'm saying. It's like
I'm not gonna blast off.
no, because these are pretty heavy. Yeah, they're
Are they?
heavy. Yes. Yeah, this one got super high. He's like, what?
I put it in a story.
Yeah. Yes, free Bob.
Did you post it online? Should we deal with your mama?
And we're back. Another week, another dollar. Oh yeah, baby.
Yeah.
Did we go somewhere?
Brokest show on the YouTube.
Oh, we went to the top. That's where we went.
Oh, I didn't even know we went somewhere.
Brokest show
You
on
see
the
that Casbah
YouTube.
show? We went to the top, man.
Christie's the internet, PlatformCollection.com. Go there, support us. Support the homies, support the movement. We're doing some cool things, man.
Yes.
And the people who've come along for the ride seem to like it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm not like tooting my own horn or anything, but I feel like they like it a little bit. Sorry, that music was getting to me.
When you toot your horn, where are you tooting, or what is tooting?
What does that mean?
Yeah, I mean
It means toot toot. You know?
It's not like
tooting
bang
your own
bang.
horn.
It's not like bang bang.
You've
know.
seriously never heard that?
I mean, I've
Phrase
heard
before?
it, but to be honest, I'm finally asking, like, what does that mean?
You want to know the origins?
Yeah.
Of toot
Mike
toot?
probably, if anybody in the room
And what,
would
what,
know the origins
and
of
what was
toot
it
my
again?
own horn.
I don't know. All I can think of is like maybe clowns or like a horn. or
Toot my own
something.
horn,
Toot
yeah.
my-
Like,
toot toot.
yeah. Why would you toot? Like, why would a horn toot and that would be something good, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Eddie, stop asking stupid questions.
Man, I'm just trying to answer these questions.
But yeah, platformcollection.com. Chrissy's the internet. You can follow me at Kill C Ray, my lovely host with the most, co-host I'm with the most, Mr. Mike Mackey at It's Mike Mackey, and OJ Hip Hop Eddie at Instagram as well. We'll have Curtis King on later at the top of the hour. But it's been a big week. It's been a lot of things going on behind the scenes over at Platform Collection.
Yes.
How are you doing, Mike? What's going on what is going on with you at the moment? How has your Sunday been so far?
Oh, my Sunday's been really busy. A lot of errands and stuff.
What do you
like that,
do?
But
Walk me through your day.
walk me through your day.
You get up at what time? Normally,
like
like on average. Let's get a nice mean average.
7:38.
Okay. And is anybody up at that time? Is everybody up at that time?
No,
or?
thankfully I try to get up before all my kids get up.
Okay.
That's usually the golden hour.
Sounds like a good plan.
Right? And then I just kind of, become a ghost and not make any noise.
Yeah.
And then...
wow.
What are you doing at that time? Just kind of...
I try to make some tea, catch up on some social media or something.
Kind of like just try to like get into the day.
Yeah, I try to get it
uninterrupted. Yeah.
Yeah, just a little quiet time before the screams.
Yeah.
And then normally when my daughters will usually wake up, sometime around
What time is that?
Like 8-ish.
Oh, wow, okay.
And so, right, then it's diapers and feeding and all that stuff. And then my sons wake up. Usually they'll hear, they'll just start trialing in. So then it's get breakfast ready and get everybody dressed. And then usually mom will get home by then. I can hopefully get some endeavors done that are,
Yeah.
But usually that's usually how my mornings go.
Wow. And that takes you into afternoon or
sometimes it varies. Usually between like late mornings, early afternoons.
And how has it been?
It's been great.
How's 2021 been for you so far?
2021 has been it's been an interesting year.
We're 31 days in.
We're 31 days in.
Yeah.
A lot has happened, obviously.
Yeah.
My daughters had a birthday. They turned 1.
Right on, man.
My twin girls.
Happy birthday.
That was a big milestone.
Little Mikeys.
Yeah. Well, a little girl. So that's
Michaela's.
Did you buy 2 cakes?
Yeah, actually,
do they get 2 cakes?
We made cakes and stuff like that. We made little mug cakes and stuff.
Oh, out of mud. Cruel, but I get the rule, right? Like stay away from sweets, eat dirt.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. They're a little young for sugar, so.
Do you
mug? So coffee mug.
Have you guys had like a husband-wife conversation about how to treat like a twin birthday?
No, I mean not really. Like we kind of
how have you approached it so far? What has worked? What hasn't?
Well, they've only had one birthday so far. So.
right. Good. That's good. Good way. Good. Point that out.
So did you learn from this one not to do for the next one?
Yeah. What worked this time that you're definitely not going to do?
We kept it pretty low key. We tried not to get them toys that were going to be like.
Well, you fed them mud, so.
Yeah, I know. Times are hard right now.
Times are hard. They got to earn their keep.
But yeah, we tried to make sure it was, somewhat.
Do the other kids
grounded,
get to be a part of it?
Oh, yeah.
Are they like, it's a birthday party?
Yeah, we make sure that we have like,
Did you have a piñata?
No, we didn't have a piñata. I didn't want any, accidents.
Well, he's not Mexican. He's fucking racist.
Everybody
piece of shit.
Man.
But it's customary to get my kids like a small gift. The boys can get a gift and there's extra presents.
Like a paperweight.
Like
they
paperweight,
got like an
socks.
action figure or something. But yeah, they're getting spoiled because like all the birthdays are kind of condensed there.
So everyone's making out on every birthday.
Yeah, everybody's making out on every
Also,
birthday.
everybody gets a gift.
That's an understatement.
Yeah, you're gonna have to lay the smack down on
that's a rough one, man.
Who's the oldest?
My son Orion.
Okay, and how
5.
old?
He's 5.
Okay, yeah, he's almost ready to get a job. So that's the one I would pick on right away. I just start. When he would just walk by, just give him a nice gut punch every once in a while, just as so he can get used to pain already.
Well, it's almost honestly the opposite. Like he's almost bullying me.
Oh, he gives you the gut shot.
He gives me the gut shot. So
you're not winning the battle, Mike.
No.
Yeah, I'm playing a lot of defense.
Yeah. Is he doing school already?
Not yet. He's going to be starting fairly soon, though. We're very excited for that. So we're trying to get him all acclimated for that and the routine behind school
and everything else is cool though.
Yeah. Nice and healthy and happy, and everybody's doing great.
Eddie, I heard you got a new dog.
I do have a new dog, man.
Yeah.
My son asked for a puppy.
Wait, was it?
Her name is Magic.
You guys went to the... So I'll set it up for you. You guys went to pet store. It was probably like $600-700 dog, right?
Nah. Not where I went to get the dog. Did they have any pet stores like that? Like the ones you explained?
Oh, okay. So kind of like more of like an adoption. What's that, like $200-300?
Well, I guess we got a street adoption discount.
Street adoption
You got a street dog?
Yes, it was a street dog.
Okay.
From America?
No, it's
no.
No.
That is not the answer I thought I was going to get. So
yeah,
from where?
From TJ, man, from Mexico.
From TJ.
Yes.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay, that's legal.
I mean, nobody.
It is now.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
nobody asked questions. And
Right,
I
right.
didn't.
There's no
You can't
proof.
confirm nor
I
He's
didn't-
not going to take a DNA
Yeah.
test
Yeah.
anyways.
And
Is
I
it a
didn't-
guy or a girl?
It's
or
a girl.
It's a girl.
Yes.
Like older dog? Younger
No.
dog?
Well, the vet said she's about 1
So she's been to
to the vet. Yes.
she's been to the vet.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
so-
she's getting hold up. So let's where did you find her?
on the streets.
Right, we got that part, but like what were you doing on the streets? You know what I mean?
So I was in TJ. Okay, so back it up. We went
Okay.
to go see the in-laws. My wife.
Has in-laws?
Has-
Yeah, your
yeah.
in-laws are in TJ.
So
yeah.
we went up. We walked up the street to go buy some tortillas, and this dog's following us. And as people are approaching us, the dog like barks at them, and that's what caught my attention.
Barked at your family?
No,
or
barked at people that were like
coming
people,
near you guys.
Yeah, near us. But it's you're going up, and there's a lot of people out. There's a lot.
And you
of
never
people.
know, dogs in TJ, they might be for hire, right?
Yeah.
He's showing you like, hey, I'll take care of you guys till you get to the
Yeah.
next taco spot. Just drop me $1 or something.
So we come back down to the house.
Yeah.
And, the mom, there's a bunch of dogs everywhere. And the mom just kind of throws food around there. So my wife was like, kind of just attracted her and just started playing with her. And the dog went to her. And
Oh, wow. But the dog didn't bark at you guys.
no, not at all.
Dogs
No.
are smart, man.
Yeah, didn't bark at us.
She
So.
picked you.
Yeah.
Maybe she was trying to get back across the border. Maybe she's an American dog who just got crazy on spring break last year and hasn't come back.
Did
you
the dog
know?
get x-rayed?
Yeah, did you x-ray the dog?
My,
How do you know it's not filled with cocaine?
Yeah.
Like, have you ever thought about that?
Well,
Dude, you know what's
I haven't
funny?
sniffed her.
Is you told me, hold up. Didn't you tell me that it has like some issue with its nose?
Yes, man. So I went to go get. Okay, so then we go and my wife's like, okay,
We're
we
getting
want
to the bottom of this.
Anyways, I'll
Mike.
go faster. We go home and then I'm like, okay, I'll be back in 2-3 days.
Okay.
She should still be around the neighborhood. So yeah, we call. Yeah, she's still around here. Okay, so I go and I get her and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna take her to the vet before I come across the the border back.
Right.
And when I get to the vet's like, oh, like you can't even shower her. Like she has like she has a respiratory infection. She has to be on antibiotics.
Yeah.
Her nose is all messed up. And
And it's a
I'm-
street dog from TJ.
yeah.
Okay.
And I'm like,
understandable.
oh, what? Well, all right then. I mean, I can't throw her
I
back.
found a picture of her. There she is.
There she is.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
What a TJ dog.
Delicious,
Oh.
man.
TJ street dog. There you go.
But anyways, yeah, I've been there a couple of times, and she's on antibiotics.
So maybe if her nose is
She
getting
made it
crusty
home,
like that, she's got a stash in your house. How do you know? Like she was like, her job was to like, hey, go over to those dumb Americans right there, and maybe they'll adopt you, and then you'll get across the border.
maybe she has a chip in her, huh?
No, yeah.
Oh,
You're right.
God.
You're right.
That's what they would
Yeah,
do.
and then any day now, like they're just gonna come and you're just gonna be like, the dog's gone. What happened?
I'm
And
just gonna have
That dog's worth like $1 million on street value.
I'm gonna have to just let her.
It's like an
loose.
episode of Breaking Bad. You know that? Like this is
Like this, is how it starts, huh?
Yeah.
I feel it too, dude.
I do.
I
I disavow all knowledge of this, by the way.
Right. Mike, I noticed Mike's just staying quiet on this one. He's like, I can't take part in this. Fucking Mexicans.
Just going and picking up street dogs.
I didn't want to
like
get involved in a cartel.
Wait, okay,
war.
so
just
so what's the name of the dog?
magic. Okay, so here, let me tell you a story. Okay, so my wife wanted to call her Negra
Making
because she's
disappear.
black, right? She's
Okay.
dark
He wants
black.
to call it Negra.
Negra.
But that's not something we do in America.
Right,
Right.
that's what I told her. So then what I did is like I just I did tell her, and then I told her,
he said.
and then I said, and
He
I just
said,
and
that's
I
what
just
I told
looked. I said names for black dogs, and then a list came
You
up.
looked that up.
Yes,
Oh my God.
I-
you guys are crazy.
I looked
Your
that
family's
up.
so
Nate,
crazy.
and then that
what,
first
for-
boom, I saw I saw magic, dude.
Snoop. Yeah, Snoop. Malcolm. You look up Mexicans, it's like Alberto.
And
That's
and-
crazy, dude.
And that's where she come magic, so
Magic. Okay.
and that's her name.
That it's a really weird way that you got to the name, though. That is weird. I've never heard of that approach.
Well, that's how it
That's very original. And so wait, but hold on. I want to know more about like the logistics. So the dog, at some point you pick up the dog. Somebody picks up the dog because you got to get the dog in the car.
Okay, yeah. So I go back.
You're about to kidnap the dog, right? I want to know what's happening right before you're about to kidnap
That
the
is
dog.
like a.
No, you absolutely stole a dog from another country and brought it to the United States. And look at Mike's trying to not even be here. He's starting to sweat.
No, you are.
He's got
involved.
warrants, man. He's not even supposed to be here. Okay.
Just about all knowledge of this incident.
No, okay. So then I just call my wife calls her mom, and then the dog is hanging around there. So I go and I drive down there, and and she helps me get it, and I get it. I put a collar on it, and then I pick her up and put her in the car.
You went and bought a collar, or you just happened to have one in your trunk?
No, we had one. We had one at home,
Okay.
so we had an.
Hold up. I'm lost because you guys saw the dog
previously
in TJ, but you have a collar at home.
Mm-hmm.
So wait, did you travel down there with a collar in case you might find a stray dog to kidnap?
No.
Or you already knew we're going down to get this one dog?
Yeah, when I went
See, you left out that you left. We thought the moment you saw it, you picked it up and you took it.
Oh no! So we saw it that day, and then we
this
went.
This is even more amazing. This just see, bro. You were almost about to leave out the whole. It's even more amazing the fact that you guys left and came back.
Well, that's what. Okay. Okay. So
you went back to America.
Okay, so so we went there. We went to go visit. You know, the whole dog thing happened. So, but we're like, we can't take the dog. You know, with the kids. And anyways,
right.
So we went back, and
plus
my wife.
Illegal.
Yeah, and my wife. My wife told her mom or mother-in-law told me. We told them like, you know, I actually didn't tell her. Told the dog. My wife told the dog, we'll be back in 2-3 days, so make sure to stay alive.
Wow.
Yeah. So then 2-3 days
and of course
passed.
the dog listened. That's
2-3 days passed. Then we went to go. Then we called. Like I said, okay. So I was in San Diego. Then called, and then
you called the dog.
No, called the mom.
You called the dog on its phone, right?
Called my mother-in-law, and then
so far everything makes sense.
Called my mother-in-law and said, "Is the dog around?" There? And she said, "Yes, it's out there." So
hold on, Eddie, look at.
Yes,
but don't get mad at me for interrupting. I'm trying to get the best parts of the story because you're leaving out. Like, it's so interesting. I think that you could call your mother-in-law and ask her, "Hey, is the dog out there?" And she would literally answer, "Yes, he's out there." How did she even know? Because who the fuck is this dog?
Well, this dog is a bunch. Like it was probably like there's gang. It's probably like a dog.
Gang of dogs.
Yeah, because there's always like 6 or 7 dogs hanging around there. You know.
Okay.
The term is pack, but sure. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. But it
was a gang.
It feels better.
It felt like a gang.
Gang over there, man.
Okay.
We're not in America, man. Let's just kidding. Yeah, so I don't. That's one. I don't.
Okay, wait. So let me just walk through. Okay, so you guys see the dog. Hey, dog, we'll be back. Try to stay alive.
Stay alive.
Yes, and then you're like. But I mean, this is the part I think that most people would find interesting. Is that the family believed that the dog may be there when they come back. Like, I don't think anybody normally would go like, yeah, let's just come back sometime and hopefully the dog will be like you guys literally had a plan. Like, the next time we come down, we're gonna capture that dog. And but
like when you make your acquaintance in prison, like, hey, we're gonna break you out. Just
Okay, but
I was like, I'll be back in 2-3 days.
Yeah, and it's like not even the next day, bro. Like 2 or 3 days. You see what I'm saying? I'm helping you get the chunky part out of the story here.
Like I said, because you know they throw food out there for dog, food that they.
So it's almost like a neighborhood dog.
Yeah, neighborhood dogs. Yeah,
right.
Like okay, Mike. Pack,
but you're saying
like
pack. Hold on.
They go and they roam the neighborhoods, but they hang out there.
No, Eddie, that's not normal. That doesn't happen in the United States very often.
Right.
Okay, but, again, so not everybody knows. Right.
Oh,
so
I get what you're saying.
Allegedly, this
we're helping them understand that apparently wherever your mother-in-law lives, there are packs of dogs that roam freely.
Yes.
Some nice. Some mean, some. I'm assuming there's all kinds of dogs, right?
Yes.
Mostly they're looking for food, I assume.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Okay, and this dog that you found, Magic, little Madge, you've already gone to the vet. We're just flashing forward real quick because I just need this as a sidebar. You've gone to the vet, and for you have determined that vet determined that it's a year old.
Yes.
Okay.
About a year old.
So this dog was pretty much born into the streets, right? Like this dog has been living on the streets on its own for maybe a year, right?
Oh yeah, for sure a year. Yeah.
It definitely didn't look like it ran away, right? It looked like it was kind of.
No, it was just.
Did it know how to? Yeah. Did it act weird because it wasn't around people a lot, or did it kind of like was it skittish? Like did it like not want you to touch it?
It seemed.
That's the magic of it all, right?
Yeah.
That
I was eight. I mean, I'm trying to think. Yeah, I think
it liked you, though.
I think I did touch her. Yeah, I did touch her.
Okay.
My wife played with her for a little while, and then of course my little girl.
Okay, so let's take it back now. Let's get back into the story. You're driving across TJ. You guys are determined, I'm assuming. You got your dog catching clothes on.
No, I go by myself.
Oh my god! So the family has decided that it's a good idea that you just handle this on your own. Even though it wasn't your idea, in your defense, this was not your idea.
Correct.
Okay, but you got to collect it. That's the guy. I mean, you're the man in the house. You got to go do it. So you get in the car. Are you dressed a certain way? Are you thinking about your attire? Are you like, oh, what if I get bit? Like, what if I have to catch it with a bag or something? Like, you know what I mean? Like, what are your plans?
Did you have like a giant net?
Yeah, you have a net, a blanket?
No, that's when I just had that collar, the dog collar, and the rope or whatever, the chain or whatever it is, you know
Okay, so like is it like a lasso? Did you lasso the collar from afar and catch it?
Okay, but so your plan, so your plan, because the family has talked, obviously you guys have decided like, hey, I'm going to go down. And let me ask you, are you going down for the dog or are you going down and if you happen to see the dog?
Oh, no. No, look. Oh, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm going down because they made the phone call. So the phone call was like, she said...
Right. You've heard the dog is on the streets.
Yeah, no, well, she's like, yeah, they're outside. So I'm pretty sure that the mom I mean, put some food out or threw some food out and then...
Oh, so the mom is already in on the crime. Oh, like she's...
I mean,
Which is odd because she's like, oh, no, but I guess it's not that odd. Like she's helping one of her country dogs get over here for a better life.
Yeah,
sure.
Right. I mean, there's some... I can see the logic in it. Okay, so you're... That morning you wake up, you're like, all right, I got to go. Make the call, boom. Okay, so once you know the call is there... Are you dealing with time now? Are you like, oh man, I need to make it down there in time before the dog?
Don't even feel that way. I just feel that it'll be there, and then I just kind of like.
Right,
I mean, but I'm kind of because I said, okay, tomorrow, you know, for example, tomorrow on Tuesday we'll call, and so I already kind of planned like I'm gonna. So anyway, so okay, I'm
but
ready.
No thought into clothing, right? No thought into.
No,
clothing.
I just
you wear all black.
Are you wearing gloves at least?
No, nothing.
No, nothing.
Yeah, just kind of.
You just wear a mask. COVID is
what about a little stick if you have to defend yourself? Like nothing at all. Literally just I'm going to catch his dog with my bare hands, throw it in my car, and come back to America. Right?
Okay, so I try. Okay, well then, all right. So I tried to grab her.
Wait, we're not there yet, Eddie. We're not there yet. Okay. You're still like in America getting ready to go down there.
Oh, yeah.
We want to go slow.
Oh,
okay, so you're driving down there.
Okay, just drive down.
You're driving down there. You cross the border.
Yes.
I assume you go straight to your mother-in-law's house.
Yes.
And then upon arrival, do you see the dog right away?
Yes.
So the dog is really just chilling there?
Yes.
Where? Like where?
Like on the street area right there, yeah.
Like just but walking or is it chilling?
Okay,
is it laying down? Is it like,
so this is...
Does it work there?
It's not like a main street. It's kind of like, let me try to picture it. It's kind of like, it's like a two-way street only. So they live right off the two-way street only.
Gotcha.
But it's not like a main street. It's just like a little colony or a little neighborhood and stuff. So
the dog people.
Yeah, so there's just the dogs were just there.
They're just there. Yeah,
they were all there, and they were trying not to be on it, trying to hump her, man.
They were trying to hump Magic.
Yes,
Magic was wow.
Yeah, Magic.
She's got the magic.
Yeah. So my worry was like, man, she could get. Man, is she pregnant? So So that was like, but.
So upon arrival, Magic is being assaulted by 2 Mexican dogs, right?
She didn't really seem like she was fighting it, but
oh no!
That's what it was almost like.
And she's working on the streets already.
Yeah, and I was like, I got to get her out now.
Right, because you're like, we need to break this cycle.
It's like Pretty Woman.
Right, I really do feel that. Yeah,
with Julia Roberts.
Oh, Pretty Magic.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so you see the dog. Do you call to it? You're like,
still like what? Hot dog.
Yeah. Like walk us through the steps.
Okay, so go and then try to do that. come here, come here, and then
does it respond like right away, or is it
kind of like almost really? Like what? I'm kind of confused, looking at me.
Yeah, because it's like, why would you want me?
Yeah, and who are you again?
Yeah.
You know,
mostly why would you want me?
Yeah, and then so then the mom has because she feeds them, she gets she touches them here and there. So she just kind of called her and was like, come here, and grabbed her. And then
so your mother-in-law, she grabs the dog, and then
I put the collar on her.
A full-on collar, a collar that you had at home for your other dog, right?
Correct. Yes.
Right.
And then the leash, and then I just
got it.
I opened the door. And
is it fighting?
No.
It's just it's like limp, like
almost like
I got caught.
Yeah, like almost like what just happened? What?
Wow.
Yeah.
Or maybe it was like, you guys want me? Is it Ty? You know what I mean? Like, and then she's like, "Oh my God, I'm being saved."
Yeah, but she's in there,
right? And the other dogs probably at that time. Let's be honest. If there were neighborhood gang dogs trying to, sexually assault her. At this time, they're probably already making the calls to the boss. So you got to get out of there.
Yeah, they're not.
Right?
They don't even look happy. It was almost
because you're taking one of theirs off the street.
Like they were
She's
confused.
she could have been a big earner.
Yeah, it's like right, very confused. But
how did you call the street walking dog?
Well, and I call her Magic. At that point, I was still
like that.
Oh yeah.
You should have pulled out a doggy bone or something. Nicer.
I would have thought for sure you would have had like a doggy bone or something.
There's the other dogs. It's not it wouldn't even be safe to do that, to be honest. Because if I take the bone out,
the other dogs would have jumped you.
You would have gotten.
Holy shit!
It would not work out.
Wow, this is such a dangerous adventure.
I would have to have. I would have to have
feral dogs.
I would have to have bones for all of them, and I just need one. So I just kind of just grab her. But
I want to hear the passport to the border.
Yeah, let's move forward. Okay, so now you grab the dog, you put it in the car. Is that what you said?
Yeah, put it in the car,
and then you close the doors, and then you go around and get in.
Yeah, go in. Okay.
So you just tell your mother-in-law, all right, I gotta go.
Yeah.
Okay, so she's now an accomplice, and she's waiting for the police to arrive. And so you're on your way back to the border.
No, wait to the vet. I go straight to the vet. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Oh, you went straight to the vet.
Straight to the vet. Yeah.
To try to see if you could get the coke out. And if it wasn't there, right?
No,
you hear barking, like just getting louder.
Yeah, is the dog barking?
She didn't bark or anything like that.
No, I mean like the rest of the dogs. Did they like?
Are they like starting to surround you?
Like chase your car.
Get this one. You hear ay, and they're like they fucking jump you or some shit.
They might have, but my thing was like I just want to leave.
Right. You didn't look back.
Yeah, I just like
in that kind of situation, you got to just run for the border.
I just got to leave immediately.
Okay, so you're at the vet. You bring the dog in. Now, when you grab the dog, do you feel like, oh, the dog's pretty dirty? Because I'm assuming the dog's been sleeping on a TJ street.
Yeah, she's definitely, and she still smells right now, man. But yeah, she's dirty.
So she was dirty.
Did you give her a bath?
Like you can't. I couldn't, and I still can't right now.
Oh, okay. Wait, don't get there yet. Okay, so
it gets better.
You get to yeah, exactly, dude. This might be the greatest story ever told. Okay, so now you're at the vet. You walk into the vet, and now I'm assuming
I'm carrying her. Oh, because when I get there, I open the door. She tries to like almost like bolt. So I have to just grab her
from the car.
Yes, from the car. So I open the door. And
so she is trying to escape.
Yes.
Okay. So it is kidnapping.
She was abducted.
It's full kidnapping. It's a felony charge. Right.
Perspective of the kidnapper. Okay. Sure. Go ahead.
I mean, it's another country. You escaped. You're good. But
and then so then I pick her up, and then I take her, and then they wait. So they weigh her, and then they take her temperature, and she had a fever.
Yes.
So the dog had a fever, and then she had a respiratory infection. And they're like, she has to go on antibiotics for 10 days.
Right.
Gave her a shot, and then she had a bunch of snot and all crusty nose.
But I want to hear a little bit. Is the dog because these are the parts. Let me tell you, Eddie, as so I've done podcasts for a good 9 years now. Let me tell you, as a helpful thing. We want to know the conversation that happened when you told the doctor, "Hi, I'm here," and the doctor's like, "Oh, is this your dog?" And what happened? Because you've officially kidnapped the dog.
Yeah. Well, I said, yeah, I said,
this is my dog.
This is my dog.
And they're like, "Why does it smell like it's middle of the street?"
No, I said, my dog. I got it from the street. And I'm here to just give her a checkup.
Yeah. And so I'm assuming, I don't know.
It's very common for that.
There's no adoption rules in TJ.
Not that
I'm gonna look it up.
Not that I've.
That you're aware of.
Yeah.
Right.
Smart story.
Adoption.
It's like the don't ask, don't tell story.
Adoption.
Well, maybe, but I don't know. So she had fever, and they were like, they did give me the look like, where did you, and they're like, where'd you get her? And I was like, from the streets. And I'm like, really, the streets? Like, she was in the
Oh, because they thought you might have stolen her. Also, it's a good looking dog. The dog, they thought like, oh, you might have you stole this dog from somewhere. Where'd you get this dog, right?
No, based on what she looks like now.
Oh, okay. So then why were they like questioning you? Like, where'd you get this dog? Like, what do you mean? Like,
because
why?
Because people like, buy them or like sell them illegally or.
But that's what I'm asking. So is there's such thing in Tijuana to be, but how do they determine, you know what I mean? Like,
no, well, they just, it does, I think they're just asking because I remember being there when I've taken my other dog and some lady went in there and she had a dog and they told her, I bought this dog at the border. I really, she was like one of those like dog peoples or whatever. She's like, I bought the dog from those people that they're selling that they say they're this breed. So I buy him and she brings him there. They already know her. They do a checkup.
Oh, and then they sell them over here.
They bring them over here, and then they don't sell them. They bring them here, and there's adoption places.
Oh, there's a Humane Society of Tijuana
that takes them, and then they get adopted by
Oh, there's your dog.
No, it's not my dog, man. But anyways, yeah.
So this was canine trafficking. Okay.
So this is for sure canine. So now the vet is in on it as well. So the vet
implicated.
Now does the dog have ticks and fleas at that time? Like when you take it, and so the vet is like, do they at least remove the ticks? I guess, right?
No. I'll be honest. I removed the ticks.
Like, why take the dog to the vet?
Just to check her, man.
Because she might,
I wanted to check her, make sure she was okay, and I mean, to maybe give her shots. My whole thing. So let's get her some shots.
And she did indeed need some medication, and she got that.
Yeah, she got it.
Okay, so at that point, you're like a saint. At this point, you've taken one of God's creatures off the street.
It's a pretty woman.
Yeah, and and it's a 1 year old. Let's be honest, no chance of survival, right?
I would say no. She wouldn't.
Another
survive.
year, not even another year.
No, because she was already pretty bad. Didn't realize how bad.
Okay, and so now you guys, I'm sure you've had a talk with her, like, hey, don't use your accent, don't bark in Spanish. We got to cross this border. Don't be a bitch, right? And so you're going to the border. Is there a special dog?
Please tell me how that went.
Yeah, I need to know this. Okay, so is there like a dog special place? Like you take, like if you have pets, is there? I don't.
No. I crossed her through the regular, through the line. And then they were like the usual question: where are you going? Or what are you doing there? And or
you have anything to declare?
Anything to declare? And I'm like, yes. And I'm like, yes.
I love puppies.
I'm like, yes. I got medication for my dog.
I like how you did that. Very nice.
And then they look at the dog, and I show the medication.
It's obviously my dog.
And they do give me at the place. I don't want to say the name, but at the place they do give you like almost like a certificate or like a receipt kind of thing,
and it has the name on it,
the
right?
name and everything, the way,
and
kind of, and so then but they never.
So their paperwork is legit. They got that at least.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
so no questioning at all. Did the person go like?
Did they question
did they question the pooch?
How it looked? I mean, obviously.
They're like, what? Like, do you like your dog? Did they give you? Did they give you looks like in disgust?
He had a malnourished. I'm sure.
Because I think. Nah, even if when they see her, they're like, okay, she's coming from over there, and wherever he's hanging out is probably not that clean.
Right. Like, because you could have a house there and you're just bringing your dog back to your other house or some shit.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember I lived there. I couldn't keep my car clean if it's safe, whatever. I mean, I just couldn't.
Okay. So, wow, that's interesting, man. Yeah. Okay. So, and now the dog is at home. How has her stay been so far? Is she at least feeling better? Like you said, she was kind of sick.
Yeah, she was kind of sick. She 10 days antibiotics, and then she had to do like a cough medicine.
Shock, man.
I had to do like some cleaning, vitamin E on her nose.
Dude, this is legitimately a dog who's probably never really been around people.
Right.
Yeah, it was feral. That's what he said.
So this dog,
domesticated,
and now you're like giving it medication. It's like getting loved on. I'm sure the kids like it.
Yeah, they love her. Yeah.
Okay, so this has got to be this. So right now, this is what this dog is. This dog is like probably thinking to itself right now, like, I don't deserve this. I need to get back out on the streets.
Should I let her free?
No, she's probably like beating herself up. So I think it's important that you give her a lot of love because she's probably like, I'll never be nothing but a hooker. And like, she'll just want to get back out on the streets and get back to work. And then she's like, I can't be around these kids. I'm a bad influence. Or, like she just hates herself probably. Yeah. And so you got to show her like, hey, no, it's cool.
Go into why you haven't bathed the dog yet or groomed it?
Good point. Good one, Mike.
Okay,
good.
Because she has because she has the infection in this respiratory and she has a nose infection. Like that will, I guess, she'll get sicker in or something like that.
Mike is, he has a little knowledge in this area. So she's getting a steroid. It's bringing her immune system down so she can't have any other shots right now.
Yeah.
Until she's over this thing.
I'm triggered by Eddie's new dog.
Are you? Yeah, just thinking about it has got you, huh?
Yeah.
That's
so
weird.
Then I took her back.
Just to let you know, dude, Eddie has peanuts in his pocket somewhere.
Mm-hmm. Very sensitive. Yeah.
I'm just letting you know.
Okay. But I watch like a metal detector for allergies.
Yeah, man. I wash my clothes too. Maybe that was it.
Yeah. Okay, so but the dog is at home now, and man, dude,
she's
what
still
an amazing story.
And on antibiotics, I had to go. I went back, and it was still not like she was still. Her nose was still a little. Her breathing was better because she couldn't even like you can. She was, anyways, but she that's what she. Okay. And but. So I took her back, and they just gave her 5 days of like some stronger antibiotics.
Right.
And she's
no work or school.
Yeah. No, none of that. So I got to go back and just kind of do a follow up.
So but the dog is here to stay. Obviously, yes, after all of that, where was the family hype that you came back and like? Okay, so when you bring the dog into the house, does the dog? What did the dog do? Pee everywhere?
No, the dog doesn't pee in the house at all.
Wow.
The dog scratches the door. And
to get out. But it hasn't tried to bolt.
No.
But it also hasn't had the opportunity.
Right.
I think you should go home. Just go home right now and live stream it, and just bring it out to the front door, and then just open the door. And if the dog leaves, then we know the dog was a piece of shit, just trying to get over here. Probably on our way back to TJ now.
Have you noticed any packs of dogs like?
Yeah,
roaming the neighborhood.
Starting to like circle the house.
Are they watching your house?
Yeah, I did. Yeah,
you're gonna have to keep us updated on Magic, man. I think it was an amazing story, though. Mike, any comment, Mike?
I just escalated into a cartel war. So,
dude, you thought you were just gonna get a nice little adoption from a puppy. You were touched at first, and then you got scared really quick.
This could be a movie,
Yeah, dude, this could be a movie. Yeah, and dude, Eddie, as you shared that story, I think you've learned a lesson as well. Like, the stuff that people really want is the stuff that happens in between the big moments, because that's the story. What are you wearing? What are you doing? Is anybody crying? Is like that's all the good stuff. So, oh man, great story, dude.
Yeah, nobody was crying.
What a way to open up the show.
Oh, yes.
I don't even know where we go from there.
I'm
hungry though. I'll tell you that.
I would recommend maybe getting like a rabies shot or something. Just maybe just to be on the safe side.
Well, she can't have any shots until she.
No, I think he was talking about
you. Myself.
Yeah, just maybe go get a tetanus.
I might have had something that.
Or some amoxicillin.
Yeah, just to be on the safe side.
Because you never know. COVID ass dogs out there in the streets.
Well, she's already been here for about a month or so.
Okay, well. Thanks for telling us now.
Now that I mentioned, I think I've seen dogs roaming my neighborhood.
Yeah, so. We're all in on it now. I hope they don't have internet access.
Man, they got pictures of you guys
fucked. Already. Yeah, man, that is man, that's a great story, dude. I love those stories, though. You know what? I all joking aside, I'm a huge dog lover. I fucking love
you
dogs.
did a noble thing by adopting.
I love dogs. That's so dope that you did that. I hope the dog is super happy and finds a lot of love. But yeah,
could have ended up on the menu.
I mean,
somewhere.
talk about getting out by the skin of its teeth, boy.
Yeah.
Like, I mean,
the luck of the draw from the whole pack,
dude. I think about this is what I think about, Mike, is the conversations that are happening amongst the dogs on the street right now.
Yeah.
That are like, hey man, did you hear what happened to fucking Magic? Hey? And they're like, what? Dude, some fucking fool came up and just grabbed her and threw her in a fucking car. Oh shit, for real? Damn, I had just hit that. Like, damn, that's crazy. So she's gone now? Yeah, dog. We've already heard, man, that she's gone. Maybe it was like a hit. That's like they think it's all these crazy stories are going around. Like, what happened to Magic? So I think that in a year you should go back with Magic, but you know the new Magic, who will then be like 2 years old. Pretty much a Paris Hilton fucking knockoff, and see what kind of interactions. Like maybe those old guys will try to hit on her. How do we know there wasn't like a hero dog that she left behind? Like all the mean gang dogs were trying to get on her, but she liked the janitor dog. You know, like the dog that just he worked every day hard for his food. And
there was one that looked that one. And it looked
and
like
he's
she
there.
liked him.
He's in love, and like you took his chick, so maybe her big goal is, you know what, I'm gonna do good here, get some money, and go back.
I still have a picture like in my head of him, so maybe I'll draw it for her.
Yeah, and point at it and go, do you want this Magic? And if it starts wiggling its tail, yeah, you got to go kidnap that. I'd say at least kidnap that one.
No, I can't.
You know,
that is the last.
I see future adoptions in your future.
Yeah, bro. Can you please next time you do anything like that? Let's just make a roundabout rule, guys. From now on, the new rule for Chris Sees the Internet. I'm the captain of this ship, guys.
Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna need you guys to record that stuff from now on. When you're in a situation, I want you always to ask yourself, would Chris want me to record this right now? And I'm sure you're going to get an answer. I guarantee you're going to get an answer.
Okay.
And it's probably going to be yes.
I want to get that Puma, you know, like.
Dude, I want the stuff. I mean, can you imagine how great this would have been with video?
I mean, what I really want to see is the inner dialogue. You know, just, you know, the sweaty palms when he tried to cross the international border.
Yeah, dude. The fact that you weren't even scared to do it, like, I mean, you're on some other level, bro.
Dude, the doctor, the vet, her face when I'm telling her the story, she's just like almost kind of like I can't believe this.
Why would you do that?
Yeah,
right. Yeah, Eddie, let me just share with you. That's everybody's response. Okay. Yeah. That's why it's such a good story, because I cannot. I can tell you right now, in all honesty, 100%. I know no other person in my life, or have I ever met anybody in my life that would have even ever considered doing something like that. And that's why I love you, bro. It's amazing.
Oh, okay. Love you too.
But just so you know, it's weird.
It's a very noble deed,
let's see what's going on. We got Curtis coming on pretty soon, right?
4 minutes.
I'm just checking what's trending. Thank you guys, by the way, for tuning in. It's been really dope, the support you guys have been giving us. And we're having a blast with the show. I just talked to 2Mex recently. We got some big plans for 2Mex TV and Platform Collection. He's going to be returning to the airways really soon. Nice. In fact, I think we're headed up there this week sometime. Mm-hmm. So we'll make sure we get him back on the air over at 2Mex TV on YouTube. And then you can also check our show out, 2Mex Cinema, every other Wednesday with my co-host, Parker Edison.
Yeah.
And then I also have a new podcast coming out on not a new podcast itself, a new episode of Crappy Awesome is dropping tomorrow. If you're watching this when this came out on Sunday, it drops tomorrow with Smalls Uno, an artist that you need to learn about, need to hear about. Guy has put in overwhelming amount of work into the scene, and if you love indie hip hop, especially that raw, rugged lyricism shit, he's your guy.
Yeah.
So, but he's coming out, and then I got still coming up, Gene Flow, Reverie. Who am I sitting down with tomorrow, Eddie?
MC Wicks.
MC Wicks. Ooh. Yeah, MC Wicks out of Fresno. Man, so yeah, a bunch of people coming up. And 2Mex. 2Mex on Crappy Awesome coming up soon. So let's get
Reverie too.
Reverie's coming up, that's right.
Man.
Yeah, it's a packed
An amazing lineup coming
It's a
up.
packed list. So if you love podcasts, if you love stories, if you love insight to indie hip hop and artists on the move, go over to PlatformCollection.com and tune into Crappy Awesome. Also, you can catch it anywhere podcasts are found or watch the video versions on Instagram and YouTube. So I have a new addiction, man. Mike.
Yeah.
Are you familiar with The Professor?
In what context?
Good. Okay. Probably not. So this is going to be fun. I'm going to share it with you.
I was watching X-Men the other day.
No, so there
Was he in a wheelchair?
in my day coming up, there was a basketball league for street players called And One. I don't know if you remember.
Oh, yeah,
this.
I remember that.
And it was basically a touring thing, kind of almost like a modern day Harlem Globetrotters.
Yeah.
It wasn't serious. It wasn't, there wasn't a lot to it. But there was this young white kid played for them. This kid that you're watching on the screen, if you're watching the video version, follow him, by the way, Professor Live. And so he's like, he's our age now. Like he's been doing this for a while. And all he does, here's the thing, Mike, I'm not a sports guy. I'm not a basketball player.
Mm-hmm.
That's not something I want to do. But I cannot get enough of this white kid going into these neighborhoods and sometimes almost getting killed. Sometimes it's amazing. And then there's these other YouTube basketball players that are collaborating with him. So I learned about this other guy named T Cash, I think.
Okay.
And he looks like a 20-some-year-old young stud that I guess was really good in high school, and he's part of that first generation who forgo college for YouTube.
Oh,
and they're making money already. So he's like, instead of going to college for 4 years and be broke with a possibility to get into the big show, might as well just get my money now. And these guys are making millions, and all they do is just roam cities and look for basketball courts and then start filming and see what happens.
Oh, that's cool.
It's amazing, dude. I mean, don't get me wrong. This isn't for like anybody. Like these guys can really, really play. This guy, the Professor, let's see if I can get something queued up so you can see him play. He's crazy. He's really crazy with it. Let's see here. And dude, the crazy thing too is that it seems like wherever they go, I guess, there's huge followings. Let's see, this dude there's 1 million views on this video right here. That's it. That's him right there in the blue. So there's 1 million views on this. So he's really well known. He's a superstar. He's known more than most actors, numbers wise,
and even NCAA athletes.
Yeah. Oh, far. Dude, he's there's always pro players that come on his show because they want to get their Instagram numbers up.
Oh my goodness!
So they go on his show and he'll give them tutorials on dribbling. Wow. And he talks about how street ball has changed a lot, right? Like now in the NBA, you can see remnants of street ball. It's a normal part of the NBA now. Mm-hmm. But I don't know if you remember this, Mike and Eddie. Like when we were younger, it was seen as a bad, the NBA didn't like it. No. They hated it. And
definitely was kind of
so all these guys never got shots at the NBA. Because
they were legitimately good.
And they were legitimately good. But it's cool to see the new generation of NBA players who grew up with them give it up to them. Like James Harden was on here. But dude, I'm just going to tell you this. Watch one video and you're going to get fucking addicted. Because I'm telling you, it's not even about the basketball, really. It's... the stories are pretty amazing and the things that they're doing, they're just going to these cities.
How do they provoke a game?
So it seems again like these guys are so followed that they just show up and people are lining up. People find out on Twitter that they're going to be there or whatever. And then usually what he'll do is he'll take a certain amount of one-on-one games. Look at this guy. Look at it.
Oh yeah.
Look at that. Look at this. Man. Holy fuck. The fuck was that? Was that Curtis King in the back? Did you see that? That looked just like Curtis King. That was weird.
There he is.
What up, Curtis King, my friend?
What's good with you? How you doing?
Good, man. I was telling everybody about my new addiction. Hold on, let me get your camera straight. My new addiction is watching Street Ballers on YouTube. It's my fucking. Okay. I'm addicted to it, dude. It's entertaining to me. That because it's crazy. Yeah, like these guys were just going to like random spots and playing games, but they're really good. Do you play? You're into basketball, right?
Yeah, I was huge into street ball specifically.
Oh yeah, so you know the professor
comes from that. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Of course. Professor comes from that family of N1.
Yes.
N1 street ballers that had me in high school getting up at 6 a.m. to take a bus to Foot Action so that we can get the N1 mixtape on VH1.
Wow.
We had to buy a pair of socks in order to see these street ballers that we would never have access to where we're at unless we went to Venice Beach. We didn't have any transportation.
Yeah.
But, see like street ballers from all around the U.S. and even world when they started to expand. We had to go get that VHS tape. And towards the end of the series, that's when Professor started to come in. But if you're addicted to him, man,
you got more for me? Yeah, give me a couple. I saw this guy. I was telling them I saw this guy that he collabs with called T Cash. He's some kid, I guess, out of Texas. Young kid, really young kid. But this fucking kid was like dribbling with two hands and like he's like apparently he's like the layup guy. Like he does crazy layups. And he was talking with Harden.
I have the guy that they all look up to. Bone Collector.
Yeah, Bone Collector.
Bone Collector? And he's got a YouTube? I got to check this out.
He's on YouTube. He's one of the few street ball players that actually is from the old school street ball, but has a YouTube presence now. And like he embarrassed Floyd Mayweather. He sat him down. This dude, he's just whole nother level.
Wow, look at this dude. Holy shit.
It's just embarrassing the stuff he does. Bone Collector's another one.
Bone Collector, you get to subscribe right now. Boom.
Hot Sauce is another one that's a little bit more old school. AO.
I remember Hot Sauce being pretty famous with N1, right?
Yeah. Hot Sauce is definitely one. AO. Half Man, Half Amazing.
That guy's still around?
I don't think so. But I think that, I just know that those are like the legendary street baller names.
You know what the thing is to me, and you have experience in that world of YouTube, like it's just so interesting to me how like a lot of these guys have been able to have this second life with YouTube. You know what I mean? Like the ability to like tell their own stories. And I think that's what I like. It's just, obviously it's filtered in some production way, but sure. It's from them. You know what I mean? And you find, dude, I'm telling you, I started watching one today. 2 hours later, I was still watching it. I was like, holy shit, what happened? Like, I've been sitting here watching. I don't even play basketball.
I'm about to say, yeah, it is addicting, but I'm no exception to that. That's YouTube was a second career for me. Like when you look at when I look at my own career in its entirety, like that's a whole nother era of my music career. So no, it's definitely given folks who were extremely valuable in their era, but were really hard to translate to a new era without seeing it.
Right. Yes, yes, that's what it is.
Now the ones that are able to find a reliable cameraman and editor and are willing to share, that's another big part of it. The ones that are willing to share, they're gonna eat up because these new street ballers, the young street ballers, all came up looking up to them. So
and it's cool. What it was really cool was to see these young kids. And I was talking about it right before you got on, that one of the things that I find most interesting, just from like a marketing stuff standpoint, is that we're seeing this first generation of kids forego college for YouTube, and they're like passing up the idea because they're really like, when they talked to that T Cash guy, he was just really matter of fact about it. He's like, look, I could go play college, hopefully get some playing time. I'm not the tallest guy. I'm probably not going to, my chances of getting to the NBA are not super high. Or I can make $1 million right now and start, you know what I mean? Start getting on with my career right out of high school.
And I think that's something Professor said too, like that, he answered the question in a Q&A of why he's not in the NBA. And he said, when you really chop it up and dice it up, and maybe that's where we probably as hip hop culture relate to them.
Yeah.
Why isn't he basically with someone asking him why isn't he in the NBA is the same thing as somebody asking us why are we not in the industry? His response was that it was too political.
I think it's like interesting in a way that socially people like there's people that are watching you guys on YouTube and learning. There's people that are watching and hanging out, right? Like they just like to hang out. People hang out on this show, right? Like it's that's what it feels like. And even when I do 2Mex TV, everyone's kind of just hanging out. And you're part of a conversation, you learn, you get open to interesting things. And then there's also people that are there to get the information and bounce, right? Like they just want to get the information, go. I do that a lot on YouTube. Like YouTube is definitely my library. I'll just jump on it. I've jumped on your stuff all the time. Like if I just want like a mixing technique or like a drum's not sitting right. You know what? Let me just look it up and see if Curtis has anything. But then you also have these people that are like die hard, like it is a weird thing to me, Kurt. YouTube is new for us and starting to be part of people's like programming day is like, it's a weird thing to me.
It's their TV.
Yeah.
It's their TV. That's why YouTube made such an aggressive turn to creating YouTube TV, because you're talking about a generation of kids that did not grow up watching Saturday morning cartoons.
Yeah.
They didn't watch their cartoons on TV. They probably saw Netflix marathons, or they're basically raised on streaming. And so in coming up in that generation, like my wife's younger sister, she'll come over and visit us, and all she watches is other kids playing Minecraft.
Yeah. That's Eddie's kid. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or other kids like making goo from or making like a slime from scratch.
Yeah.
So like that's their TV. I mean, you think about whatever TV time is, it's just occupying time, entertainment that occupies time, and YouTube definitely fits that criteria.
Yeah, man. It's I mean, I've seen, like the good and bad of it. But I'm starting to understand more the community side of it. And that's been something that I've enjoyed, definitely. Like really understanding like how the community interacts, and the idea that, I'm honored that people take their time, you know what I mean? Like to just check it out and make it part of your day. But it is also a very kind of surreal thing too, when people only know you from that. Like you're the guy on the TV show.
Yeah, it's a responsibility, because now you think about what category does that put you in? If you're somebody's TV station, what category does that put you in?
Yeah.
Does that mean that you have to change your whole layout? Does that mean you have to change your format? And yes and no. I mean, if anybody's seen my live streams, where they started at and where they're at now, it's inching closer and closer to being basically a live marathon television show. That like the weekly series that I do, Flocation, we average 6 to 7 hours.
Wow.
And multiple camera angles. Same how you guys are doing it right now. Multiple camera angles. We have a camera that's on a slider, and like if you walk into this room, it looks like more of a video production studio than it does a music studio. When I think about it, now look, I got 2 screens in here. Matter of fact, I'm gonna flip it around. Just folks who don't understand how serious it becomes with the YouTube stuff. Like my speaker's not even turned towards me. How very little has to do with that. Like that's literally everything. My whole system is up here. We're not even using monitors anymore. It's all televisions, because like we need to see what they see. Because a lot of my audience, they don't even watch the streams on their phones anymore. They're watching them on their televisions. Yeah. I'm
watching mine I have a Roku TV in all the rooms, and that's kind of how we take in all our shit.
That should tell you right there. But no, it's part entertainment, it's part educational, it's part tutorial, it's part You know, you don't know what's going to happen next. Like, imagine watching your favorite TV show and literally you don't know what's going to happen. Like, you, and not even from a standpoint of like a storyline, because somebody knows what's going to happen.
Like, even you legitimately don't know.
The person know what's going to happen next. Like, that presents a new wrinkle in entertainment for I'm guessing for the viewer. I try my best to listen to what they're saying in the comments and see what it is, because sometimes I'm confused too. Like, I don't know how y'all staying with me for 7 hours.
Yeah, like what they're watching, and I guess that's the thing that I've kind of like started to learn more about the interactions, especially when we're over on you know, this year we partnered with Tumex and launched his channel, and like he has this audience that's very loyal to him, very loyal to the things that he does, and it's weird. I told Eddie, for me, I have no problem admitting, like, it's the first time where I really have people who don't have their walls up for the things that you're presenting to them. Right. So their walls are already down. So they're taking it in as is. So there's not that prejudgment. Once they've become part of the community, they're loyal to it. And then it's just such an interesting thing. But again, today I started watching these videos and I was like, oh, I'm doing that right. I'm that guy right now. And I get it.
Like, in order to understand this, and I would say, especially if there's any like artists or any folks in that lane that are watching or trying to get it, understand it, like, just find somebody that you're genuinely entertained by. Yeah. And then just say, like, look at the way you react to it. Look at the way you get excited when they drop new content. Like, my wife and I got into this random YouTube channel that's like it's like an online version of Cheaters. But her and I started watching it, and she'll tell me, like, yo, it's called Gold Diggers. Like, basically, the premise is, if you're in a relationship, you go to these guys and they'll create an imaginary situation in which there's like a mansion, and somehow, some way they finagle your significant other to come to the mansion, and then they give them a proposal. And so, like, it's so many different scenarios that play out. This is our television, like, and it lasts
I get it.
40 minutes, and it's not even like it. Like, even the commercials are entertaining because they're commercials that fall in line with, or they'll just say it. Hey, this has nothing to do with what you're watching, but for gamers out there, you guys might want to check. Like, it's not intrusive. And builds suspense. Like, we've been I feel like all of us have been watching TV long enough to predict how this thing goes. To the point we can all produce our own TV show in some regard. And so I just feel like that's what we're doing now. But that show showed me, like, I get it, because I didn't get vlogs either. I was like, why the hell would somebody want to watch what somebody's doing during the day and they're not really entertaining? They're just like going to Starbucks.
Right.
But then when you're watching a personality, you're realizing, like, oh, okay, I get that. I am that to somebody else. And
everybody in some level is that. Like, right? There's that dawned on me the other day. I think I was just listening to a podcast, and it was just one of those random things. YouTube kind of just went onto it, and next thing I know, I'm like, yo, I'm on a jog and I'm listening to an hour of somebody just telling me about mechanic stuff, but it sounded the dude was super interesting. I liked him right away. I was like, oh, this dude sounds pretty cool. Like, and then next thing I know, I'm following him on Instagram, and I'm like, oh shit, like, nobody, I could not have predicted that. I would have not been able to say, I don't even have a car, Kurt. I don't even have a car. This dude's a mechanic and he does mechanic shit, but I found it so interesting. And yeah, man, I get it. You're a big inspiration, for us to get over on YouTube eventually. And
very much.
And it's been really cool to watch, like, your community and the people really work really. I mean, I love watching your chat because there's whole conversations going on there. People are breaking down personal shit, industry shit, business shit, and I can see also where you say, like, the responsibility part, because they believe what you're telling them. They believe that.
I read that in a book. It's crazy to hear somebody say that to me, especially somebody that I know, and we've had many of these conversations. But I read that in a Malcolm. Was it Malcolm? No, it was Seth Godin.
Yeah.
Had a book called Tribes, We Need You to Lead Us. And one thing that he said, and that I'll never forget, about when you're building up your tribe or your audience, one important ingredient is that you have to have something that they all come together for. And there needs to be dialogue amongst them. And that's not something I was able to achieve in the first few years of doing YouTube. You know, everybody came, but they came for me. They weren't necessarily there for one another. And it took me, I had a community, but they were all spread out. Like, they didn't feel any camaraderie they didn't feel like, we're CK TV family, until I started doing the 24-hour live streams where I was just playing beats, like 24-hour radio. And then I started seeing a lot of those names that used to be in the comments. They started popping up into these live streams like, oh no, you are a step above somebody who's a casual. Like, you're a diehard.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Diehard. When I got them talking to one another and having conversation and genuinely enjoying each other's presence, even to a certain degree, getting in arguments, that's when you've built up with somebody to the point where, what they say to each other actually has an effect upon their day. And it's crazy now going into the live streams, and, I don't get hundreds of people, but, I know that I got my solid 70, 80 that are going to consistently be there. They're waiting. They're They're greeting people. It's almost like they're coming, coming into like an event.
Yeah.
And,
it really does feel like that.
Here's the lay of the land. I made a lot of them moderators. And so it's just one of those things now where it took me doing the live streams before I could get them talking to each other and trusting each other to do that, because the internet can get a little weird.
Right. Yeah, dude. I'm watching close. I'm learning. We're having a blast. So.
Yeah.
I mean, but I know. Yeah. Like Gene Flo says, that community is strength. It's pure energy. Yeah, it is. And that's the other cool thing, is that I've gotten to meet your community in person as well. Like, we did an event with you a while back, and yeah, it was really cool just to watch the room, because I'm assuming the room, you'd have a better understanding of this, but the room when you're giving the lectures and they show up for like an event, it's almost like this like in-person version of like the chat room. You're getting to see a lot of these faces for the first time, and to me that's exciting. Like, that's exciting to think about the idea to be able to give people some good stuff. You know what I mean?
And you got to think that's when they feel the most. That's when they feel the most valuable. That's why, like, aside from all the stuff that's happened with COVID, that's the one thing that I really, really miss is trying to build momentum in that space.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like takes you to a whole nother place.
Yeah.
In terms of the perspective of what's going on there, because it's easy for people to write off you having an audience online, because people can pay for people can pay for views, pay for comments, pay for engagement,
yes,
or be famous, and people are just obsessed about. I just watched this Nightcrawler or Night Stalker documentary on Netflix.
Oh, it's awesome.
Crazy.
Yeah.
But the man had fans.
He had fans. Yeah. Yeah. He had marriage proposals.
Had marriage proposals and fans. So a certain part of that audience is segmented off as just being there because you have a light around you. So it's easy to write off. But I think what's not easy to write off is when people are able to stand up and be counted. You can make a connection between, I feel like I've seen you before. This is my avatar. Oh, you're so-and-so, Sports 57. I know exactly who you are, bro. Like, good to see you in person. Then from there, you establish a bond that they just kind of feel like I know him more than everybody else in this chat or everybody else in these comments.
Yeah. And it's been cool. I mean, we've had a couple occasions recently where we've gotten to meet some of the people in the chat rooms that frequent the chat rooms. And luckily, because sometimes it's not like this, but luckily, I mean, they're just really good people, and I got it. Like, I was like, I get this. Like, I get it. The responsibility part definitely weighed more heavy on me after that. I started to think more about like, okay, there's opportunity to put like some really good stuff out there, and if people are already listening, it's almost a duty at that point. You know what I mean?
Well, I'll tell you this though, bro. Like, not trying to give no advice, nothing like that. Like, y'all
please do though.
Like,
please do.
I tell you, when it starts to feel like a duty, that's when you might want to start mapping a breakout.
Got you.
That's where I did not stop. I kept going, and although there's a lot of vanity statistics that can stand for me doing that, I think I did more damage to myself and my view of the whole thing. Like the more detached I became from this is who I am, I will not allow people to da-da-da-da. The more I detached I became from that, the more I started to look at this. This is a show. This is all a show.
Yeah.
This is and you have to have a bit of disconnection from the show in order to, one, have a private life that you still cherish and feels like it's yours, but also, two, so that you can recharge up. And if it's time to go in, you go in. And you know what you got to do. You got to put your smile on. You got to do what you do. But there's been times where that stuff would start to segue into my personal life and just burnt me the hell out, because I felt like even when I was sleeping, I was still working on the YouTube. I was still working on content. One thing that hasn't been talked about a lot, and it's because things are still so fresh in the game or still early in the game, is content fatigue, right? Compassion fatigue. If you really, really care about your audience, which I know we all do, compassion fatigue is something that nurses go through.
I get that. Yeah, I get that.
It's to the point where you can't turn it off. When people are used to you being the person that's going to answer personal questions, music questions, FL Studio questions, they throw all kind of questions at you, whether or not you're ready to answer them or qualified.
Wow, that's deep that you said that right now. That's deep.
Wow.
Yeah, man. So how are you doing it now? Well, what is your balance technique now that, because you said you're doing some of these like marathon live things. How do you do it? I mean, you look super happy in these videos. It always looks like you're having a fucking blast. Like, how are you keeping the balance?
I need music. I need the ability to create music in order for me to do the shit that I don't want to do, the stuff that I don't want to do. If I don't have a few hours to work on music, it makes everything else lose interest, or I lose interest in everything else. Right? I lose interest in creating content around music. I lose interest in being folks' mentor or helping them out and giving them helpful videos, because at the end of the day, I didn't come in here to be anybody's mentor. I came in here to make beats or to make music. So as long as I can have that space to create, that 7 hours doesn't have to be on live stream. If I never had any camera or anything here, that live stream would just be my Tuesday and Thursdays.
Right.
But the beautiful part about it now is that I'm able to monetize my fun time. Right?
Yeah.
I feel like responsibility. I jump in there, I get my ad revenue, and then also too with Super Chat. With people going into Super Chat, like there's been times I walk out of there like $250, $300 just for making beats for a few hours. People just giving money like, yo, I'm learning so much. I appreciate you. I just want to support the grind. And it's like, I would have did this for free for 12 hours by myself. And then aside from all of that, in terms of on a personal level, it really does feel good to connect with people in there who get you, who get what you're doing.
I agree.
Every once in a while you get the knuckleheads in there, but that's even good because they're part of the entertainment. So to answer your question, I have to look at things now in its proper perspective, even when it feels like bad. Like this is all a show. This whole life, literally. When you think about who you have to be when you go to a 9 to 5, compared to who you are around your buddies drinking beers or just being yourself, like those are all shows, right? They're you. They're not fake. They're not facades. But this is just life as a show.
Yeah.
And so instead of getting so emotionally attached to Nah, it needs to be like 1,000% authentic. And if I'm pissed off today, then I need to let them. It's too much. It's too much. It's too much. And there's no longevity in that. So now looking at it for what it is, I'm able to go in there, no matter what kind of mood I'm in, and make it make sense.
Yeah.
And as I do, I feel like music is the therapy that supports everything else that I do. I get that, I'm good. That's all I need.
It's like the weight loss show.
I love it, man. I fucking love it. I'm super, like I said, I'm super inspired by what you're doing, and we're watching. And I will call. I will call. I'm formulating good questions. I'm trying to figure out my way. But yeah, of course, and thank you so much for allowing me to do that. Are you ready to weigh in, my friend?
Let's do it.
Okay, he's on his way. Any feelings on this week?
Yeah,
I feel like I didn't have a good week. Mike, you feel like you had a good week, right?
Great week.
Mike had a great week.
Man, your face definitely looks like you've had a good week, man.
Good.
I mean,
I worked out. I did my daily stuff. I had a good meal about an hour ago, so I'm sure that there's some extra weight that's going down, but I did what I was supposed to do. What I like about this challenge is that it's definitely got me back into meal prepping, which is important.
That's awesome.
But I think I'm probably in the same weight class, if I'm being honest.
Okay.
do you for your little boy? Does as far as like his snacks? Do you get into his snacks?
No,
because he gets into his kids' snacks.
So just me then.
Yeah, no, he eats a bunch of stuff that I don't like.
Oh, that's dope. That's convenient.
Yeah.
And what is
Every
like
once
what?
in a while,
Like
he'll
what?
get some- I mean, like little gummies and things that I'm just like, look, Scooby Doo gummies. I'm like, I don't want that.
Oh,
Yeah.
I mac on
Should I
those little
stop
dino.
you?
Yeah, Eddie, you should stop eating your kids. Fucking goddamn it, Eddie. All right, go ahead, Kurt. Did you weigh in? What was it? Did he weigh in? Did you weigh in? Oh, there we go.
He's doing it right now. He's ascending the weight estimator.
Oh, let me get up there.
241.
No, there it goes.
Right? Is that what it said? 41.
Yep, 241.
Okay. And what's that, Eddie? I think he's down again, right? Or
Hold on, let me see. 240. Oh, yeah, you're down 1 pound.
yep.
Nice.
Yeah, that's why I kind of feel like I'm gonna go up 1. I think if I had to make a bet.
Well, you dropped off a dramatic amount of
Yeah, but
water weight.
I've been keeping it off. I've been keeping it off. Yeah, it's been cool. But this week I definitely had some cheat days. Dude, thank you for checking in with us, man. Anything you wanna talk about? Anything you got on your mind? How are you doing? Are you happy? Are you?
Yeah, I always feel like y'all kick me off after. It's all good.
We never want to just keep you around for the nonsense. You know what I mean? Because it gets crazy.
Nonsense is all good. You're like, you got your way, get out of here.
Yeah,
You missed a great story earlier.
we feel like you might be too wholesome for us.
I'm ready to weigh
We don't want
myself.
to ruin your reputation. Hold on, Eddie's gonna weigh in real quick. Can we
before I
get
have to
that?
go, yes.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Before you have to go? Oh, go pee. You should go pee first, Eddie.
I did.
Oh.
I don't want to.
Oh, you don't want to refill up again? Okay, let's.
Okay, we have world-class equipment here that was engineered in Switzerland
Yeah,
by
just
the
gotta move out
finest
of the way, I guess.
watchmakers. This is the finest instrumentation.
That is a limited edition PlayStation hoodie up there that you can't buy anywhere.
168.
168. 168. What was that?
You want to do it with your shoes on?
You lost a pound.
Yeah.
No, but you always do it with your shoes.
Yeah, dude, keep your shoes on.
All right, one more time.
After you took that stray dog from Mexico, just keep your shoes on.
Yeah, 168.
168.
Nice. You want to get it in, Mike?
Let's get it in.
Yeah, let's do it, man. Kurt's staying on. We're here. This is what we're doing. Let me see if I can turn on this camera. Boom. There's the zoom. Let's see here.
I might need a little assistance with Eddie. It's a little dark over here. This is the finest equipment that money can buy.
Right. Eddie, can you go ahead and read his...
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and read this. So, all right, man. Jump in there, Mike. Take your phone down. I had to take my wallet out. You know, I got all those bills in it. Not.
Like actual bills, though. Like bills that are due. What are you, Mike? What do we got?
230?
Oh, Mike's posing. Something. Okay. Mike's posing. Okay, he must like what he sees. I thought I heard him say 230.
Huh?
Is that what I said? Is that what I heard?
Okay, so we got the control here.
Okay, hold on. He's getting cocky. You see how he just gets cocky, Kurt? You see what I'm saying? Like a little while ago, he looked shook. Now he's just cocky as a mother.
Confident today, okay?
All right, let's go.
Okay. Station here.
He was hoping. He was hoping that shit that he took before work.
Okay, let's check this out. Look at
he ain't the only one.
Precise it is.
Let's go. What do we got, Eddie?
All right,
Eddie, get down there, Eddie.
All right, I'm going in.
He's practically your brother, man. Just get in there, Eddie. Nobody's gonna think any different of you. Get between his legs if you have to. Do what you got to do.
Yeah, 230, man.
230.
230 it is.
Okay, and so what is that?
Oh, wow.
Without turning around, I can't turn around.
He was at 240. Now he's at 10 pounds.
You lost 10 pounds?
How much?
Kurt, this dude just lost 10 pounds. You know, hey, hold on though. Let me say this, Mike. I'm looking at you right now. Seriously, can you stand? Wait, hold up.
No, we're gonna unveil the package.
No. But I'm looking at you right now, and dude, that sweater is like fitting you big.
It is.
It's never fit you big.
I'm purposely wearing all my big heavy
your face
clothes.
Though, yeah, your face is looking.
Until we take.
I told you though that was going to happen early on. I was like, because you were worried about losing. I was like, you're going to lose a lot because you felt like you had weight all in the wrong places.
My bad though.
And you were, but I think you're going to shed it. I think that usually happens to. I know a lot of people who shed right away, like when they start losing weight.
You know, I was really, really motivated. You know, the motivational speech.
Proud of you, bro.
Curtis
let me get in. I gotta get it
with
in.
our why and stuff. It really motivated me, and I've been really dedicated trying to get this weight loss.
My hair was shedding. Does that count?
I'm trying to eat right. Yeah. I'm not starving myself. I'm exercising.
Get in there, take your shoes off, and get it in. All right, man. Hopefully you can see that far. Can you see? Oh, okay.
Oh, the suspense is killing me.
Okay.
Oh, look at the
thing
is slowly going.
You did, man. Hold on, don't move too much. Let me see. There's 22, 24, 26, 226.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I went up.
Oh, you went up a pound.
What, you did?
No, muscle weight.
No, wait, what?
I'm still with it, though. I'm actually good with that.
Okay. Hold on. All right.
I'm sorry, keep moving. Let me think lighter. Think 1 pound lighter.
All right, so that's
exhale.
We got hold on.
There you go. Flex on them.
2, 4, 6. Yep, 6.
Okay, cool. Not too bad.
Yes.
It's an extra pound of muscle. You put
that was
it's probably all pure, unadulterated concrete muscle.
The flex was a little big.
Yeah, I mean you could see it, right? You could see it. Very vascular.
It was all in the bicep. Yeah.
Okay, so Gene Flo in the chat room is
what's happening
is working
now?
on the odds. Let's see how the odds. The chat room has been pretty heavy on the odds lately.
He has to stay with his old odds.
Yeah, last week Kurt dropped down. Right, that's the problem with the chat room is they don't ride with you.
They're
too
not
long.
Loyal, man.
You know what I mean?
Like the Vegas odds.
They're cheering us all on, but they will jump off your. I mean, Kurt came in right away and they were like, "Kurt's gonna win it. Kurt's gonna win it." And then, like, last week, he put on 1 pound, and they were like, "What? Kurt's losing! Everybody get off the Kurt train!"
And then Mike loses 10 pounds.
Yeah, Mike loses fucking 10 pounds.
Wow.
That'll teach you, chat room. That'll teach you. I think the odds went down. Like, you had bad odds, right, Mike? Like, they dropped on? Well, dude, that's a big...
we all broke even.
That's a big shove it to the chat room odds. Good job,
That
Mike.
messed up their odds. Hell yeah.
I'm waiting. The season finale, it's going to be a good one. If we do before and after, it's going to be a good one.
Yeah. I think everybody's that's going to be a fun show when we do that. Kurt, we need to figure out a special show for the final.
Yeah.
Let's just put that in the atmosphere. We should try to think of something special for
when
the
are we looking?
Put it in the air.
Eddie, do you know?
Mr.
Do we have an end date?
We're going to do
I have it in. We had a start date was 12/20. 2020, and the end date is 03/20/2021.
Okay. March 20th.
March 20th.
Okay. Yeah, we got time, man. Ooh.
Yeah, March 20th is the date.
We might have to all just come out and speed. Like, we might have to do a calendar at that point.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be December for sure.
I'm gonna spray paint.
I'm gonna be
Yeah.
I'm gonna be Mr. July.
Well, really? Yeah. Kurt's February all day, right? Eddie's a man of
Like
summer,
his
like a
month?
boy of summer. Eddie's like October.
Like that's why I'm February.
No, man. I mean, maybe, but no. I meant mostly for
April.
Valentine's
I'm
Day.
gonna be
First,
April
all
for the
February.
stoners.
April for the stoners.
Hey, October for the spooky gang.
All right, guys. Before we get out of here, since Kurt's with us, man, maybe you can stick around and check out what's trending this week, where we take a really deep dive and decide whether or not it's worth reporting at all.
Okay.
Let me see here. We're going to go through the trending. Well, Mike,
Yes.
you had something about. We wanted to talk about the UFO thing. You had a UFO topic. You wanted to talk
interesting.
about,
Yeah.
right? What would I search for that, Mike? How would I? Let's cover that real quick.
I look
Pentagon.
for like, Salvatore. I think I remember his name here. I would look
Salvatore
for Salvatore Aerospace Engineer.
Salvatore UFO. Let's just see if that comes out. Email shows Navy UFO patents. Okay, here, that's it, right?
Yeah, that might be it.
Oh wow. Do you believe in UFOs, Kurt?
I would go back.
Kurt, do you believe in UFOs?
Yeah, I just don't know if I believe in them not being man-made.
Gotcha. I hear you. So this is a patent that was put out. Let me see if I can find a better one.
There was a couple patents. Yeah, I think the first result right there.
This one, email shows UFO patent.
The interesting thing is, though, that the top Navy...
Shout out to the drive, by the way.
Yeah. Oh, what some of the top Navy personnel co-signed the patents.
Oh, and it's the triangle, right? It's a triangle shape.
No,
right
it's
here?
like electromagnetic energy devices, gravitational.
So basically, the propulsion,
technology. The propulsion, and I guess essentially what it is, it's essentially a reactor that's traveling that can manipulate gravitational time. So the passenger sits in a Faraday cage, so that they're
safe.
They're safe, and then that the machine is essentially.
Whoa!
Oh wow!
And the
so crazy.
designs are all matching the Tic Tacs and things like that have been spotted.
Right, because one of the working theories on this is that it's actually bending gravity. So when we see UFOs and you see the stutter in a UFO, or it's because it's almost someone explained it to me because now that we have friends in the UFO world, somebody explained to me it's basically like if you had your hands were really wet and you had soap in your hands, and you know how the soap just slips right out of your hands. It's propulsion is causing the UFO to go through gravity that way, and that's why it looks like it stutters.
Almost
in some
like
of the
it's
videos.
falling.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So yeah, that's interesting, and that's what this patent does.
Yeah,
this patent has created a device that does that, and this was filed by the Naval Air Warfare Center, and this was covered by CNN as well, right? Yeah,
I believe so.
Yeah, I saw it today.
I mean, a lot of it was.
So it's now in like normal news. Interesting. What say you, Eddie? What say you? You think?
Well, what right now? What Kurt said, like as far as like
it being like made. I mean, well, this is some proof towards what Kurt is saying more so
it's like,
than it being alien. This is literally saying the Navy is making the technology.
Like I felt that there was some truth with that, man. I felt it.
Another notable thing is that they can exist in any kind of medium. So they'll move exactly how they move in the air.
In water. Right. Yeah, I've heard that as well. Kurt, have you ever seen anything suspicious in the sky? Have you ever thought maybe you might have been visited? Anything like that?
Definitely not visited, but I've definitely seen some things that I could not explain. I'm more weary than I ever been of the media. Yeah. Now, because
you got good reason. You got good reason.
Well, I've always been like that. I've been raised to be like that. But I'm even more because I feel like after the display of, I mean, no matter who your political party is over the last 4 odd years, like the amount of ridiculousness that we've seen of what people will ride for, and what people believe in because you put it in a publication or because you put it in a blog post or because you put it on a formidable or reputable source. They'll believe anything. I kind of feel like there's somebody or there's some people behind closed doors that are like, what else will they believe?
Yeah.
I feel like toss anything at them and let's see how far this can go. Because whenever you push the limits on it, there's some money to be made. So
let me ask you this. Are you, let's take this for example. If in fact the US government is creating vehicles that resemble what we've come to know as like UFOs, if that is in fact happening, does that worry you that the level of cover up to things like this is so huge?
No, because it's always been like that. I feel like they've always been 100,000 steps ahead.
Yeah.
I feel like everything that we get to play around it with as toys as regular civilians has in some shape or form already been utilized by the government or has been previewed in a movie.
Yeah.
Right? When you think
yes.
Right? You think about FaceTime. You think about even a drone. Is a drone not like the same, not saying it's the same design, but does it not remind you a bit of how we've come to understand UFOs?
Yeah. You know what? It's interesting you said that. I was watching Spider-Man Far From Home last night. And in it, one of the characters uses drones that project as well, right? And this is a technology that actually does exist. I don't know if you see those drone light shows that in Vegas, they do them all the time. And now they've got them to a level where they can, with enough drones, it looks like a 3D hologram picture. But that was in that movie. And that made me think of like, wow, yeah, we have come like, there's some really weird shit in the world already that we have just accepted like it's not a big deal at all anyways. So at this point, I don't, like I've told, we've talked about it on the show. I've told Mike too, like, man, I'm at the point, especially in the US, like if I wake up tomorrow and they're like Godzilla's in the fucking, in the harbor, I'd be like, yeah, well, that basically sums it up. That was true.
Yeah.
Sounds all right.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for
what
augmented
they call
reality.
it, predictive programming?
Yeah. Yes.
That's exactly what it is.
That's exactly what they
now when I
get you accustomed to.
Now when I see politicians like, for instance, like Kamala Harris was wearing a purple suit, almost the same design as Lisa Simpson when she was the president.
Oh no, that's so true. Hold on.
When I see things like that, I can't fall for the hype of it and be like, oh my God, it happened again. It's like, no, now it's being manually facilitated. Like, I think that's part of their rollout. The same way artists have rollouts for an album, I think they have rollouts for exactly. Look at that. Come on, man.
Oh, man.
Like, you don't think that was somebody's conversation?
That's totally intentional.
Yeah, they did that on purpose.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's great. I mean, dude, I actually applaud. That's great marketing. Yeah. I mean, she's going for the Lisa Simpsons of the world. Like, really, that is what the girls who like identify with Lisa Simpson and have seen her as her iconic role. That is who she's like.
Oh yeah!
Wow, that's so crazy. I didn't know this. Until you said that.
Pearls in the ears.
Even the pearls in the ears.
Come on, man. Somebody's sitting there saying, "How can we mess with these people's minds? How can we get them talking about things like?"
Oh, we're talking.
You can't. The same way that an artist can't roll out an album with the kind of controversy that Ice Cube did when he was sending. He was sending his album in Ziploc bags of baby powder that made it look like it was cocaine. The same way you can't do that now because people are first think anthrax or they think like things like this, the world has changed.
Oh my God!
You got to change your controversy now, and so
we're in
now
a crazy time, guys.
It's just like I look at it and I'm just like, it's all a show. And that's what I meant when I said earlier. Like this is all a show.
You're
It's all
crushing me
show.
right now, man.
Don't worry, Eddie. Don't worry. You're gonna be all right. The zombie apocalypse, I promise you, it's still gonna happen.
Damn, man.
I know that's what you've been wanting forever. We're so ready for it.
The truth is the truth.
Yeah, I'm proud to say that there's no good news that I want to read. But yeah, guys, every week, every Sunday, 7:00, we're here, man. Curtis, now that I know Curtis is down to stick around, oh man, we got some fun shows coming, Curtis.
Yeah.
Okay. We have our UFO expert coming on, and we can all have some fun and talk. We also have a real life famous psychic coming on as well. So you never know; they might predict that I'm going to win the weight loss challenge, as I already know in my heart. But we'll see. Oh, look, Gene Flo has posted the new odds.
What?
Mackie 2-1. You look at these goddamn fucking.
Yeah, I'm liking
bandwagon people.
Yeah, but I'm liking
I'm still at the
Atlantic
I'm still
City
down there,
numbers.
man.
Eddie, you have not budged a bit.
Yeah.
You got to work on your I don't know. You got to kiss more babies or some shit, because
I mean, I saved a dog.
More dogs.
they're not feeling. Kurt moved right back up. You see that? You see?
Well, once the scurvy sets in, you should be losing all kinds of weight after that.
All right. Well, I need to go watch the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, I kind of want to see that too.
And Kurt, I love you, man. Have a great week. Give me my love to the family. We'll see you next week for sure, right?
All right, yeah, of course. You guys take it easy. Talk to you soon.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
thank you, Curtis.
At Curtis King, man. Follow him. That's my G right there.
Yeah.
And guys, make sure that you tune in next week. We'll be around. Faux show.
Yeah. Is it Sunday? Oh, we might not.
Wait, what do you mean?
All right, so
We got Tumex coming up too, right? He's going to be on Chris Sees the Internet soon.
yes,
Oh,
and then so Valentine's is on Sunday, and then
I don't
It's
give
the
a
14th.
goddamn about. Are you talking to me about? Yeah, I
talking
hear
to
you.
two married guys here,
Yeah,
yeah.
I know. And Kurt's married too. Well, we'll see. We'll work it out.
see.
We'll see if everybody's good.
I'm down to have a Valentine's Day episode. You know,
Yeah.
Oh, you guys are not. You guys
Chris
are
loves
not.
the internet.
Chris loves the internet. A special Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
What could I? Okay, I might work on that.
Just
I might work
I
on
don't
that.
have any
Sexy.
red clothes. or
I have some.
anything.
I might have some ideas
Bring
for
some
that.
red roses for the ladies in
No,
the
no,
chat.
no. We need a special guest. Maybe we bring the love coach on that I was been telling you about. Guys,
yeah.
you know what I mean? I'm out there. I'm the only single one on the team.
So my advice has.
So I got
not good?
no. Your advice has been horrible. Your advice has been horrible. So maybe we bring the love coach on next week. We'll figure
this
something
idea.
out
Well, not
this is
next
a good
week. We still
idea.
got 2 more weeks. I'm just throwing it out there that
on a certain Sunday. Okay. Oh, so Chris loves the internet is coming
Chris
up
loves
soon.
the internet.
I like it
Yeah,
already.
that'll work, man.
But yeah, once again, 2-1. Mike Mackey, Kurt is back at 3-1. I've dropped down.
All right,
put on
guys.
1 pound and they fucking judge.
All right,
serve
guys.
you
So I want to. So just 10-1. What is that exactly? Come on. Man.
So it means,
All right.
correct me if I'm wrong, it
Come on.
means that if I bet $100, right? No, I'd have to bet.
You have a 10-1 chance the dog won't run away.
You have a 10-1. So if there's 10 people in the room, Eddie, they think you have 1 chance out of. No, that doesn't work either. I mean,
That was kind of
I'm not that smart. I don't know why you're asking me. I barely graduated.
I mean,
for
because
God's
these
sake.
numbers are just but we'll see. Wait till we. I
Oh,
spray.
10-1. What it means is you're in last place and you need to work on your people skills, I guess.
That's probably what it is.
Start a fan club or something.
I'm gonna start stretching out more.
All right, guys. We'll see you guys next week. That's the internet, and we see it. We'll see you.